Welcome once again to the Gaming After 40 video podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the Japanese PC Engine Duo. This was a popular console in the late 80s and early 90s. I've played the American version, the TurboGrafx 16, but I've never actually experienced the genuine article. It's just arrived from Japan. We're going to open it up. I hope it's in good condition and that I can make it work. So we're going to start by opening up the box here, cutting it open. This company's packaging often leaves something to be desired, but their prices are fair, so I'm hoping it survived in good shape. They've taken an existing box or set of boxes and kind of folded them over and into each other to make this work. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but it came via airmail, should be in reasonable condition. At least it's taking some effort to get it open. Okay then. Oh, there we go. Since I was paying for shipping, I had to throw in a few random additions to the collection. The Japanese version of Legendary Axe. This was the first game I ever bought for the TurboGrafx 16, so I figured it would only be appropriate. This is Shanghai, the classic. I don't even remember what this is called. It's a little board game, one of Hudson's own releases for the TurboGrafx 16. I'm unofficially trying to build up a complete collection of these numbered titles. So we have a Namco arcade adaptation, I'm assuming, called Machen Maze. I believe that's on cartridge. Yep. One of the things that was really great about the Japanese PC Engine compared to the TurboGrafx is that the cards had these great little bits of artwork on them. The American versions tended to just have text of the title always in the same generic font. These are comparatively pretty to look at. Final Zone 2. This is another game that I bought on the TurboGrafx CD. Alright. Moment of truth. There's plenty of bubble wrap, which our kitty companion here is always fond of. But the real core of our purchase is this. It's a PC Engine Duo in original box, well used by the look of it, but I'm hoping that it's in good working order. The power supply, I believe, will work in a US outlet, and I believe the yellow, red, white audio and video jacks will work with an American television, but to tell you the truth, I have no experience with this, and I may be learning some interesting lessons along the way. Alright, we're going to carefully remove the bubble wrap here. Difficulty is finding out how it's been put together. The PC Engine Duo came to the United States late in the TurboGrafx's life as the Turbo Duo, but was not particularly successful. The console had long been surpassed by the popularity of the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. It was a last-ditch effort to gain a toehold in the American market, and was not particularly successful at doing that. There it is. That's the PC Engine Duo. With Super CD-ROM, there were 3 generations of CD-ROM technology for the PC Engine. There was the original CD format, there was the Super CD-ROM, and there was the arcade CD-ROM. There weren't many games produced for the arcade system, but this is going to be able to play most of what I have in my collection, including a few titles that don't work very well with emulation. Alright, time to open it up and see what's in the box. Pretty decent condition. Let's see. Okay. The box contains the PC Engine Duo console. It's fairly small, rather similar in design to the modern PlayStations. Cartridges, I'm assuming, go in here. And CDs, of course, will be mounted in the CD drive. So that's the console. Not a lot to look at. Has a headphone jack, volume jack for that, on-off switch, single control pad. This is interesting. This is a different sort of connector than the American TurboGrafx 16, so I better hope there's a decent controller in here or I'm not going to be playing any games right now. And power jack in the back. It's a DC in 10-volt adapter, which means that if I can't get if the Japanese power supply will not work, I should be able to replace it with a quick trip to Radio Shack. And I'm assuming this is the audio-video cord. I don't think I have a manual with this, unless it's buried in here. Of course, it would be in Japanese, so that's not a major loss. Okay, here we are. Here's the control pad. Very much the same as the American TurboGrafx pad. Includes the turbo speed settings for both of the control buttons, the run and select, the D-pad. This is from that NES era when 2 buttons and a D-pad were about all anyone could ever possibly want. We have the all-important AV cable, so we can try to hook this up to our television. And we have the power supply. These kinds of things tend to be fairly similar to ours. This actually needs a 100-volt input, so we'll have to see if it works. That's the PC Engine out of its box. See if we can hook it up and get some game playing out of it.
Ah.